Welcome back, puzzlers, to more Professor Layton and the Curious Village. Let me open the trunk and read any new journal entries. There's only one today. As I suspected, Zapone hadn't a single piece of good advice for us regarding the Baron's mystery friend. If we are to find the individual we seek, it looks like we'll need to rely on the time-honored technique of taking to the streets and talking to the townsfolk. So let me do that by first talking with Prosciutto, the funniest named character in the game. Yo, Professor, did you find what you were after? Never mind that, though. I've got something more important to talk to you about. Namely, chocolate. Help me solve this puzzle, and I'll tell you something I bet you'll find very interesting. Oh, God. Chocolate puzzle. I'm getting flashback to that. You know which one I'm talking about. You know which one I'm talking about. Alright. You have a hankering for chocolate, so you buy a huge sheet of 30 chocolate squares. The sheet is 5 squares long by 6 squares wide. You can only break the chocolate at the lines that run between squares, and you aren't allowed to stack multiple segments on top of each other. Keeping those rules in mind, what is the fewest number of times you'll need to break the chocolate in order to separate each of the 30 chocolate squares? So I'm assuming it's going to be half each time, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not that easy, is it? Surely it's not that easy. Nine. Surely it's not that easy. I really want to say 9, but I don't know. When it's too easy, I get nervous. When it's too easy, I get nervous. I think, yeah, it's 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, wait a second. Wait, see, it is too easy. I'm telling you. Because, look, if I were to break it here, then this whole row is off by itself. So then I would have to break it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So there's the trick. It's actually 29. You can't just go like this and then cut it all like I was doing initially. Because you have to break them all individually, so yeah, it's gonna have to be 29. See, if you get... The thing I learned is, if you get the answer too quick, just stop, look at the problem again, and try to spend a little bit more time with it. I think this is gonna be right.
That should do it.
Okay, alright, we're good. Good start to the episode.
The key to success.
That's right. If you follow the rules set out in the puzzle, then it really doesn't matter how you break up the chocolate. The number of segments you have increases by 1 each time you break a chunk off the sheet. You start with 1 segment of chocolate, so 29 breaks later you should have 30 segments. Now it makes sense. Okay, now about that hot info I promised. If you want to experience the best dining in St. Mystere, you've got to check out Crouton's restaurant. Everything he makes is Y-U-M-M-Y, yummy. Don't even get me started on the stews. You have to try it yourself. So the world map I'm gonna give to Luke. Okay, so I think I'm done in here for now. Let me get out. Then let me head on up. So I believe there is a hidden coin right there. Let me go left. Ahem, you there. Yes, you. You mean me, good sir? Yep, you. This flower vase is yours, right? I've been keeping it nice and safe for you. I've never seen anyone just forget something like this while shopping. You're a vase space case. Har har. I'm sorry, but you must be mistaken. I've never seen that vase before in my life. What? This fancy vase doesn't belong to you? So why'd that guy tell me to give this to you? What did this man look like? Well, my hat has a way of obscuring certain details from me. It's the worst, I tell you. Har har. But back to the issue at hand. The mystery man wasn't a regular around here, that's for sure. Don't sweat it though. I'll just give it back to the guy next time I see him. So, speaking of flower vases, I know a puzzle I bet you'll like. It's not hard. It's not a hard one or anything, but it's the least I can do for bothering you about the vase. Interesting, so there was a shady man watching us in the corner. Someone knocked over this fabulous vase and shattered it, fit the pieces together, and restored the vase to its original shape. There's one catch though. Mixed with the pieces is a single piece from a different vase. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to start putting this back together, and obviously, like, the top here is non-negotiable. So, I don't know, this is seeming a little too simple. I mean, that's too easy. That's way too easy. But it works. I mean, you can't be wrong with this. Just gonna submit.
That should do it.
Okay, that one was like super easy for me for whatever reason. I guess it was only 10 picker rats, so it's supposed to be easy. Good job, repairing the vase wasn't much of a challenge, was it? Oh, if only fixing things in real life were this simple. You've got a good head on your shoulders, I'm impressed. By the way, you sure don't want to take some fresh sausage home with you? Believe me, these are some links you don't want to be missing, har har. No thank you, we're just fine. Too bad. Not to bust your chops or anything, but that deal was a one-time offer. Maybe you'd have said yes if you knew that was at stake. Har 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 har. I think we're done here, Luke. I couldn't agree more, Professor. Poor Giuseppe. They don't like his puns. Alright, so over here there is a hidden coin on the umbrella. There we go. And then let me talk to Giuseppe again. Oh, a customer, welcome, welcome. I have some great deals on sausage today, and my skirt steak will make any plate a fashion plate. Har har. Sorry to disappoint you, sir, but we didn't come here to shop. Ah, and here I was thinking I was going to reel in a big sale. You got a hungry look about you, you know? Well, if I can't interest you with any of my fine meat products, can I at least tempt you with a puzzle? Okay, so let's see this. Somebody ate the butcher sausages. Here's what the four boys have to say. A says B ate up the sausages. B says D ate them all up. C says I didn't eat them, no way. D says B's totally lying. Only one of these rascals is telling the truth, and all the others are, needless to say, lying. Can you figure out who ate the sausages? Okay, so it's another one of these. I think we've had a few variations of these. Let me pull out the notepad here. And then let me start working through this. So A says B ate the sausage. Let's assume he is telling the truth. Then that would mean that B is telling a lie. And then C is saying, I didn't eat them, no way. So it cannot be A. A cannot be telling the truth, because it would contradict what C is saying. And if everybody else is lying, then B and C would be lying. So it cannot be A. So let's assume B is telling the truth. That would mean that A is lying. That would mean that C is telling the truth, which cannot be true if B is also telling the truth, so it cannot be B. So, let's assume that C is the one telling the truth. That would mean that A is lying. Well, actually, it wouldn't necessarily mean that A is lying. Nor would it necessarily mean that B is lying. But if we assume that C is telling the truth, and yeah, if C is telling the truth, we would say that D is lying. So he says B's totally lying. That means that B would be telling the truth. Because if D is lying, then B is telling the truth. So, yeah, I should have, this is actually pretty obvious. It has to be D, right? D is telling the truth. Because if D is lying... Oh god, I'm making a word salad in my head. Let's assume D is telling the truth. B's totally lying. That means that B is lying. Makes sense. That means that A is also lying. But that would mean that C is lying. Meaning he did eat the sausage. So C ate the sausage. That makes sense. Let's say... Yeah. Let's say D was... lying. That means D is telling the truth, and only one person can be telling the truth, so there's no way D can be lying. So B is lying. That means D did... Alright, let me just do this. So D's telling the truth. So A says B ate the sausages, so that is a lie. That is a lie, so we can exclude B. B says D ate them all up. He is lying, so we can exclude D. C says I did not eat them, no way. C is lying, so it has to be C. He did eat them. Okay, let's go. C.
There we go.
Nice.
Another puzzle solved.
C ate the sausages, and the only person telling the truth here is D. If you assume A to be the culprit, both C and D statements must be correct. Choose B and the other three boys' statement must be true. If you make D out to be the criminal, then what both B and C are saying must be true. None of these possibilities fit the conditions set forth in the puzzle. Okay, I just kind of had to work through it a little bit. Hey, you're pretty good at this. As a bonus for solving a puzzle, I'll throw in some gossip I heard. Word is that somebody lives in that dark, grimy tower. You'd have to be an odd duck to want to live in an old, moldy wreck of a place. So the flower vase I'm going to give to Layton. And there's some trash here. What kind of lout just throws trash on the ground? I'm going to pick it up. It's an old newspaper. Honestly, you think that everyone would know that trash goes in the Wait a second. You have to come look at this article. Well, would you look at that? It seems to be Inspector Chelmy. Ha ha ha, look at that. Chelmy hailed as brilliant detective and devoted husband. Chelmy hailed as brilliant detective and devoted husband. Chelmy celebrates each successful case with his favorite treat, his wife's sweet potato fritters. Wow, who saw that coming? He's so gruff that I never imagined he'd have a soft side like that. Hehehe, just look at the old grump grinning over his plate of sweet potato fritters. I knew he was fussing over nothing when he said that he hated sweets back at Reinhold Manor. That's right, Luke, he did say that. How very curious. Inspector Chelmy was added to your list of mysteries. Alright, so now we got Archibald here. Let me talk to him. So, is it true what I'm hearing about the two of you? Are you really running about town in search of the Reinhold fortune? That's correct, sir. Currently, we're in the search of a close friend of Baron Reinhold's. We believe he has entrusted this friend with an important note. Gracious, that's quite a search you have on your hands. Oh, excuse me, my name is Archibald. Gus, the Baron and I were great friends, thick as thieves. We used to have the most amazing conversations late into the night. Do you think that perhaps I am the one you're searching for? Yes, I think so. What luck that after all this searching, we should bump into you in a place like this. I have one question. Do you recall ever receiving a small note or written message from the Baron? No. I don't remember ever receiving anything of this sort from Gus. But he did give me a fine desk that once belonged to him. It's at home. Maybe it holds some kind of clue. The Baron's desk, you say? Excellent. Would you like to come over to my house and take a look at it? You are most gracious. If you'd be kind enough to allow us to look at it, we would be very grateful. I'm sure Gus wouldn't mind two fine puzzle lovers such as yourselves looking over his desk. Actually, let me impart a few pearls of wisdom on you while I've got your attention. Focusing on your case is all well and good, but if you don't solve some puzzles, you'll be sorry later. So make an effort to find puzzles around town and just solve the ones you can. Take it from this old timer, it's good to stop and smell the puzzles sometimes. Alright, I'll get off my high horse now. Let's head on over to my house. Follow me. This is Gus's old desk. Take all the time you need to examine it. Splendid. Luke, let's get right to it. So there are some hidden coins here. One right there. One in the picture. And one in the vase. And then there's a puzzle on the top shelf here of the bookcase. Look, Professor, there's a hidden puzzle here. In front of you are 4 tangled lengths of rope. Mark the ones you think will form a knot when you grab them by their ends and pull them taut. Oh god, I hate these. Okay. I just have to try and visualize this. So, let me just kind of... Oh, so there could be more than one. Alright, I am tracing with my stylus. I'm tracing A starting at that right end. Oh boy. This is like messing with my head trying to go through this. Some people are probably just like good at this and can see it. But I cannot. I'm just slowly, meticulously trying to go through it. Man, I can't. This is too much. It's scrambling my head too much. Alright, let me forget A for right now. Let me start at D. This is miserable. I think D forms a knot. I think D forms a knot. I can't tell, man. I'm just not good at this kind of stuff. Trying to visualize it. I think D is gonna form a knot. Let me take a look at C. I'm not committing to anything yet. C... Ah, man, it's too complex, man. I can't tell, man. It looks like a bowl of spaghetti. So I'm pulling. I think C forms a knot too. Let me take a look at B. B is under. Okay, B's pretty easy. B does not form a knot. B absolutely does not form a knot. Let me look at A again. A is a little bit more complex because it's kind of going through loops. I think all of them form a knot except for B. Let me look at A again. A, if I'm pulling this way. No, because I think it'll like, if you pull it really taut, if you pull A really taut, it's going to kind of untangle itself because it's not like double threading itself. A does not form a knot. B does not form a knot. I think C and D do though. Let me try C again, just to double check. Yeah, I'm pretty sure C forms a knot. Let me look at D one more time. D is very similar to A. Except the top rope goes on top instead of under. And then the bottom rope goes under everything. So actually, I don't think it does form a knot. I don't think D forms a knot. Now that I'm looking at it a second time. I think it's only C. I think it's only C. You got a loop within a loop that is kind of closed off. So definitely C. Definitely not B. Definitely not A. Let me look at D one more time. No, I think if you keep pulling it... No, D does not form a knot. I think it's only C. But see, that stresses me out because they're giving me the option to make multiple selections and they haven't presented a puzzle like that to me just yet. So it makes me think that there's at least more than one answer. Alright, I'm sorry, I know I'm frustrating you guys. Let me look at A, B, and D one more time. No, A and B do not form knots. No way. If it's anything, it's D, but... No, I'm like tracing it in my head and... No, I think it's only C. Come on, please.
I think I've got it.
Oh, thank you, God.
Professor, I've solved it.
Okay, those are kind of hard for me, but I think you just gotta be patient. Good job. The only thing you need to do to solve this puzzle is to look at it. However, the images themselves are complicated, so it's easy to get confused. It would be fun to test all the various configurations with actual pieces of rope. Okay. Whew, that puzzle was no pushover. That was a bit of a tricky one. I'm glad I got it, though. Okay, so now let me finally look at the desk. And there are gonna be some hint coins here. One right there. One right there. And one right there. Let me open up this drawer here. It seems to be a note. It may point us in the direction of the golden apple. What do you make of this X? I'm afraid I just don't know at the moment. So we've completed chapter 5. The hunt begins and now ends. It's finally time to start the search for the golden apple, and I've explored Saint Mystere for clues. Very cool. Sorry to interrupt you, but I just received a call for you from the innkeeper, Beatrice. It seems she's concerned about one of her lodgers, and she'd like your thoughts on the problem. Well, we'd best go help her. Thank you, Archibald. Now, off to the inn we go, Luke. Okay, so I think that's all I gotta do here. And let me head straight to the inn. Actually, I'm gonna take a little detour. Let me go down one more time here. And then there is gonna be a coin somewhere around here. There it is. And now I'll go to the inn. Welcome back, Professor. I've been so looking forward to your return. Thank you. Was there something you wish to discuss with me? Oh my, yes. Listen to this. One of the guests here just performed a dozen-dash routine on me. The man's gone, and so are all of his things. I'd like you to bring him back. I'm a businesswoman, after all. How can I run a business with scoundrels skipping out on the bill like this? Would you mind if I looked around the man's room? Please do. Look at it all you want. Here, I'll show you in. Yuck. What an absolute pigsty. This whole place stinks of smoke, and there's trash everywhere. Beatrice, can you describe the guest's appearance for me? Well, he had a sharp mustache, and it was pretty clear that he wasn't from around here. That was obvious. A mustache reeks of smoke. Oh, do you suppose he could be talking about Inspector Chelmy? Inspector Chelmy? Isn't he the self-important windbag who's been up in Reinhold Manor? No, that's not him. The man who stayed here just looked so much more evil. He was wearing a long trench coat. I'm sure you know the type. Oh, where could he have run off to? Sorry to ask this, Professor, but would you be a darling and find the thief who skipped out on the bill? Okay, so I guess I could go and do that. So let me leave. Be a darling and find that bill-dodging thief. Honestly, how are we ever going to make any progress on our search for the golden apple? Things aren't looking good. No one knows anything about the item in question, and we have no leads. I'm beginning to wonder if this golden apple that everyone is in a flap over even exists. Now, Luke, I wouldn't say we're without any leads. Think, my boy, there's a place in Saint Mystere that every villager has warned us to stay away from. What do you mean? The tower, Luke. No matter who we ask, no one seems to know a thing about the place. But suppose for a moment that the tower has something to do with the golden apple. Then it follows that the people of Saint Mystere, scared to draw near the tower, wouldn't know anything. Of course, we need to investigate that tower. The tower marks the far northern border of Saint Mystere. Let's search the road north of the market for a route to the tower. So Chapter 6, The Elusive Tower. Search the village for a path to the tower. I'm actually going to save my progress this time around because that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you are having a good time with it, and I'm enjoying this series. As always, be sure to leave how many puzzles out of the 82 that I've solved that you've managed to get on your first try. Leave that in the comments, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.